Spurs fans, in the long run, will the loss to the Denver Nuggets on Saturday be a good thing for our Spurs? Go, Spurs, go, 'cause the Giants sing. What is up, San Antonio Spurs fans? Welcome to TSR Sports. Hope you had a great weekend. By the way, yesterday was the 7-year anniversary of TSR Sports. Cool. Anyway, this tough loss on Saturday, the overtime loss, I've been doing a lot of thinking about it. And let's break down that question I asked at the start of the video. Let's take a look at our Spurs the last few months. Undefeated in February. Holy crap, did not see that coming. 11-0. ESPN and the like changed their stance on our Spurs. Now they're talking contenders. They're talking about not just contenders, but maybe champions, etc., etc. And how did the Spurs follow up February? Well, I would say with a pretty darn good March, 14-2. Only losses to the New York Knicks, who we have struggled against this year. And the Nuggets got us again. Granted, that 136-131 loss, we did not have Wemby. Okay? So, great March. We're riding high again, right? We head into April. Well, what's that, Spurs fans? Another winning streak. 11 games in a row. A team we thought we'd have a lot of trouble with, the Clippers. We beat them 118-99 without Wemby. And then, of course, we had that huge comeback against the Clippers on March 16th where the Spurs were down 25 and never gave up. And we're all riding high after this 11-game winning streak, right? The Wemby talk is out and about. First place, maybe. Champions, maybe. And then the overtime loss against the Nuggets. 136-134. And this is where we get the reality check, Spurs fans. So at this point, I'd say first place is out of the question. We have 4 games left in the season. 3 games back behind OKC. First place, no. Wemby, based on what I've seen over the weekend, it's not looking good. That being said, I do think the loss to the Nuggets will be good for this team in the long run and the short run too. It shows our young team that it ain't going to be easy. No, I don't think they ever thought it was, but when you're riding high on a winning streak like that, or winning streaks in the Spurs case, you can start to get a little, I don't want to say complacent, overconfident, but that can set in. It just starts coming to you too easy. You got to fight and earn the W's, earn the wins, especially in the playoffs. The games are going to be much different in the playoffs for our young team. And me personally, I don't know about you guys, but I have never liked one of my own teams, whether it's the Spurs, the Yankees, the Giants, etc., going into the playoffs with a really long winning streak, because then I start to worry that they're peaking too soon. And a good case of maybe peaking too soon, and I'm sorry, Miss TSR, but this was I think a good example that we saw over the weekend. UConn Huskies, the women's team, undefeated going into March Madness. And they start off March Madness by absolutely laying the smack down in 2 games, 30-point plus wins, 90-52 and 98-45. And I'm like, oh my gosh, what is the point of even watching the UConn women's team? All they do is crush their enemy, see them driven before them, and hear the lamentation of the women. Then the next 2 games are a little tougher. They win by 21 and by 18. And then the unexpected happens. The women's team loses to South Carolina. Not just loses, but loses kind of bad, 62-48. Their first loss and only loss of the season. They finished the season 38-1. And the only thing that matters is that one. And what's my point with all this? They didn't have to face adversity all season. I'm pretty sure every UConn women's game, they were up by usually 20 or more. They just were always crushing their opponents. And then they ran into an opponent that they could not crush. They faced adversity, and they failed. And I don't know about you guys, Spurs fans, but I'd much rather face this adversity now, have a game like we had on Saturday happen, instead of having a game like this and let's say a game 1 of the playoffs, and then you're demoralized immediately. You lose a tough game in the playoffs, and we've seen this as NBA fans, Spurs fans, etc. If you've been watching the playoffs for 10 years, 20 years, 30 years, whatever it is, when you see a team lose bad or just a really tough loss like that overtime loss in game 1, sometimes they don't bounce back. Better now than in a few weeks, right? I think we can all agree there. I do think the Spurs will bounce back from this loss. They're going to learn from it. They're going to build on it, and they're going to be better, much better. And I still absolutely do think we're a contender. I don't think this changes anything. We have teams we're going to struggle with. The Knicks, if they make the NBA Finals. The Nuggets, if we see them in the playoffs. The Lakers are obviously heading in the wrong direction with Luka Doncic and Austin Reeves out. So it does appear Denver is going to be the number 3 seed, and we probably will see them in the playoffs. But you know what, Spurs fans? There's been a lot of talk on the channel, a lot of talk in the live chats. TSR, I don't want to play this team in the playoffs. I don't want to play this team. You know what I say to all those teams? Just bring it. Because if you truly believe the Spurs are contenders and can win it all, it should not matter who is in front of them. You have to beat who's in front of you. You play to win the game. Hello? Clippers, Nuggets, Knicks, whatever it is, I believe this team can win it all. We've shown that by beating the Thunder 4 times this season, the Pistons a couple times. They can do it. Is it going to be easy? No. Are we going to see tough, grueling playoff series like that overtime loss? 6-game series, 7-game series? Probably. But I think they can do it. And I know a lot of you guys, I'll close with this before I close with my closing. I know a lot of fans say we're contenders. A lot of fans say we're one player away. And I think we're somewhere in between. What I mean by that is I think we are contenders and can win it all. But I also do think the team can be better because we're really missing a legit starting power forward. I like Julian Champagnie. I like Harrison Barnes. Neither one should be starting at the 4. So maybe the Spurs will fix that in the offseason, or maybe not. Time will tell, but I do think we can win it all, and this is just a minor setback. And hopefully, they not only learn and build on this, but Wemby probably not getting the MVP. Hopefully that fuels him. We've seen angry Wemby can go off. And I don't want necessarily an angry Wemby like Hulk Wemby, but just a controlled, determined Wemby. Somebody that wants to win the MVP, win a championship. Hell, he wants to win freaking All-Star game. I love that drive and passion, and I expect a game like this is only going to drive him and the team more. We're going to be okay. And speaking of okay, we're going to get our 60 win tonight. I'm calling it. The Spurs, rest of the schedule is at home. We play the 76ers at 8 p.m. Eastern. I think it's 8 o'clock. I think Joel Embiid is out. Surprise, shocker. Joel Embiid hurt. That is a very winnable game at home. Let's start up a nice little new winning streak of at least a couple games. And then the last game of the year, I believe it's against Denver. Will the Spurs try to win that game? Will playoff seeding be set? I don't know. But I still think as I keep saying all season, it's a great time to be a Spurs fan. And I'm looking forward to tonight. As far as actually I do want to close with one thing. As far as the anniversary, I did say I'll be doing a giveaway. I'm trying to figure out what that giveaway is for the 7-year anniversary. A lot of the giveaways we did last season were via Amazon Prime. And Amazon Prime's Spurs merchandise, gear, giveaway items I can get for you guys has been very lacking this season, to say the least. There's no new team set. The plushies that we used to give away, Baby Yodis and Wemby's and et cetera, those are not in stock anymore. And it's really kind of got me stumped on what I can give away for you guys during a live chat, live trivia, etc. Maybe I could do a gift card to Amazon Prime. That just feels too impersonal. I'd rather you get something open up and then there's Baby Yodi smiling at you, not, hey, winner, here's a 16-digit code or 12-digit code or whatever Amazon is so you can grab your gift card. Anyway, I'm done ranting. Drop a comment down below. Do you agree in any of my assessment that a loss like this will help build a team, build character, moral loss, whatever, moral loss, whatever. Do you think this is better now than in the playoffs? Get it out of your system. Or are you in the mindset, no, should have won that game, De'Aaron Fox sucks, fire Mitch, etc., etc. Let me know in the comments down below. Hit the thumbs up, like, support the channel, subscribe to become part of our Spurs community, and I'll see you tonight for the Spurs versus Sixers. Thank you, and as always, go Spurs go.